Where do I put my notes? All right, I'll just put them over here to the side. All right. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is David with Divination Nation, and today I'm doing something a little different. I am going ahead and going to do a divine masculine, divine feminine reading. But I think for this one, I'm just gonna do a divine masculine for now. I don't know if did I put it in the title? I can't remember what I put in the title, but I might change it. So just be aware of that. Ooh, like that. Okay. So divine masculine. You're operating under the hyena energy in the reverse. This is normally fire type energy right here, but this is more of water energy. It's more emotional. So, okay, that's very interesting. And then you got the cobra at the bottom. You know, both of these cards, they signify the energies of like becoming serious about something. So let me go ahead and get into the book real quick with you. We're gonna go ahead and read this description, and then from there we'll go ahead and see how that's gonna factor into the reading. So let's see, cobra in the reverse. Okay, got that. And then where's the other one at? Hyena, huh? Okay. Okay, hyena. Hyena is about humor, wit, and sarcasm. So the hyena personality is a jokester and crowd pleaser, but below the surface there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. So you guys might be dealing with a some kind of person that's a people pleaser. You know, somebody who's always trying to do things for other people, but they don't really get anything in return. Okay, and then that leaves them resentful and angry and bitter and frustrated, right? So when the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. You know, maybe, okay, so then what this reading is saying, that divine masculine, it's very necessary for you to kind of tone down your language because it's a little too flagrant. You know what I mean? That's a saw rock line right there. Let's see. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships? Or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? So that's a big question to ask, masculine, divine masculine. When it's in balance, you're going to be charming, witty, and fun to be around. When it's out of balance, you're going to be scrappy, petty, and suspicious. And suspicious, you know what? That energy right there will ruin quite a bit. So, you know, the best way to bring this energy into balance is to bring yourself into a state of sobriety, because as you bring yourself into a state of sobriety, you understand how better to act. Now, with this energy reversed, I very much feel that it's very emotional. It does have a lot to do with the emotional aspects of things and how you feel about them. And I just seen 323. So, you know, do pay attention to that, because it is alerting you to something in your emotional sphere. So, let's see, what else? I just had it right here too. Cobra. All right, so pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. So at the bottom of this is what it's talking about. The cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who have led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? Are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, right? So if you feel like there's nobody around you that has the ability to push you forward spiritually, consciously, whatever like that, then that means that your energy is out of balance. And the reason why is because you're feeling like you know it all, right? And you're egocentric. So the ego, pride, you know, all of those things, divine masculine, that's what you're dealing with right now. So a student of life is always humble and wise, right? And the best way to bring this in balance is to take a class or study, because there's nothing in life but to be legit. Don't pull me, boy, because I ain't saying shit. I don't know why that song came up, but there you go. So at the bottom of it all, this is all about releasing ego, releasing fear, releasing worry and doubt that's surrounded by this ego and pride and all of that. So Feeling some Aries energy there, maybe some Scorpio energy, maybe some Leo energy. So we'll see. All right. What's next? What's next? You know what? I didn't even get my relationship deck out, didn't I? Or did I? I think I did. I'm not exactly sure. Nope, I didn't. Sitting right here. All right. So with this hyena card and then with that cobra at the bottom, this is obviously talking about relationships. So very good that I decided to do a masculine reading, or divine masculine, divine feminine reading today. Also today the moon is passing through my MC, so not only did I feel the propensity to want to do this reading, but I also created the time and the space and all of that for it, because right now I'm waiting for a wick to recharge, and so I can get some apple juice and a couple of other items, make some good breakfast for us this morning for me, my ex-fiance, and our daughter. So, ooh, okay, so look at this is what you're dealing with, divine masculine. The axe came out, and it's about breakups, separation, stopping the pattern, silent treatment, and abandonment. So divine masculine, some of you guys might be dealing with abandonment issues. Some either you're dealing forward this silent treatment, or the other person, but I'm more inclined to agree that this is you, because there's a certain breakup that happened in your relationship. I feel like this was recent, and because of that, there's harsh language being used. Okay, let's see what else comes out. Ooh, how about that? Okay, so the snake in the reverse. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, looking over your shoulder, the other woman. So for some of you divine masculines, you guys might be females, you guys are dealing with another woman, but I very much feel, because this card is in the reverse, it's more along the lines of looking over your shoulder and dealing with an enemy of some kind, somebody who's clever, and perhaps maybe somebody who's competitive, right? Because this card is in the reverse. So I feel like this energy is going towards you, while the X, the breakup separation energy, is going towards them. Okay? So let's see what else. Oh, look at that. So right now, you guys aren't looking to date. You guys are just looking to do whatever it is that you're doing. Be yourselves. I feel like right now, you guys are just kind of working on yourselves a little bit. Not really dealing with other people. Just bettering yourselves, probably looking at videos on stoicism, masculinity. For some of you divine masculines, you guys are flipping into divine feminine energies. So do be on the lookout for that divine feminine video, because it's probably going to show something of the flip side of this, and you'll probably feel like you've been both of them. Oh, look at that, the hammer in the reverse. This one is about sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, and working on it. So with this card in the reverse, I kind of feel like whatever it was that you were doing, divine masculine, especially with this hyena in the reverse, is basically you've been self-sabotaging yourself, stuck in a repetitive motion of some kind, maybe mental, maybe emotional. But at the same time, I feel like regardless of that, there are some of you that are working on it, okay? And that's the important part, is that you're working on it. So at the bottom of it all, this is what you guys are looking for. You guys are looking for engagement. You guys are looking for partnership. You guys are looking for commitment, something eternal, and a divine union. Okay. So with that, I think I'm gonna go here to the Fairies Oracle deck. I want to see what the Fairies Oracles deck has to show us for divine masculine. And then I'm also going to be looking at the astrology too. I want to see, well, actually I might do a divine masculine astrology reading after this. After I do the divine feminine. So all right, let's see what, ooh, come on, work with me, work with me. All right, so here we go. Ooh. All right, let's see what's behind this breakup and stuff. Well, actually, let's see what's behind this hyena energy. Not being able to move on, divine masculine. So the journeyman in the reverse is all about understanding when to let go of something. And I feel that because there's a energy of not being able to let go. There's that sarcasm that's there to try to cope with the feelings and the emotions and all of that that's involved in this connection. Now, let me go ahead and read the book on the journeyman just a little bit. This card is number 15. So if you guys have been seeing number 15, that's not too far-fetched. The number 1 and the number 5 is about moving forward. But this is moving forward by making the proper changes that you need to make in your mind, and that also deal with your emotions, so that you can move forward into the unknown. And I very much feel that, Divine Masculine, there's some trouble there. So the journeyman number 15 talks about adventure, independence, the polishing of skills, and travel. So some of your guys' third house might be activated. Some of you guys might have your not your sixth house, your ninth house activated. So I'm definitely going to be doing an astrology reading for Divine Masculine, maybe drawing some cards there too. And I just seen 1111 right there, so there might be something in that. Excuse me. So it says that all of the great ones, the saints, the bodhisattvas, and all of those who are filled by the spiritual light have been on this journey. So it seems like you're waking up, Divine Masculine, which is something that I've been hearing with all of the different tarot readings that I've been watching as well. Oh yeah, I'm a tarot reader, I'm an astrologer and everything, but I like to get my messages from everybody. So let's see. They went into the wilderness, stepping like fools, off of the safe path into the waiting hands of their gods and goddesses. This is the journey of life, a pilgrimage that begins in ignorant trust, passes through all of the doubts, fears, ups and downs, probably all of the delusions, and certainly all of the confusions. Through it, we learn slowly, painfully, a new kind of trust, a trust in the process, detached from the goal, right? So the journeyman, when it's right there in the reverse, it says that the energy is blocked and we may feel unable to move forward. This can be for two reasons. It may be that such a journey is inappropriate at this time and should be delayed until, excuse me, certain conditions are met, or it may mean that we are delaying ourselves with our own fear. So try to figure out which one that is, Divine Masculine. All right, so let's see. We got a good explanation there. Let's look at that. I was right about to draw some tarot from the right away, but you know what? Maybe I should. Let's see what we got going on here with this journeyman, and then I'll go back to the Fairies Oracles deck. This seems to be a pretty clear reading. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. You feel like this person can't, or you feel like your divine feminine is not providing what you need. It's not providing the sustenance that you need. Now, that sustenance could be in any form, right? But it's not providing the sustenance that you were looking for. And at the bottom of it, it's making you unconfident in yourself. It's making you unconfident in the other person to be able to provide things for you. And that's why this breakup card is here. And look at that. The Fool in the reverse, just flying out like that. And that's why you're unable to move on. This breakup, for whatever reason, or this separation, has caused you to lose your confidence. And so now it's time to try to gain it back. And it's not far-fetched that the Nine of Swords was right here at the bottom, you know? Nine of Swords describes the energy of anxiety, fear, you know, the things that keep you up at night. The swords that just keep stabbing you when you try to calm down. 1414. So 1414 might be important for some of you. All right, so let's see. Why is the Fool there? Let's go ahead and draw some Fairy Oracles deck here. Death in the reverse. Look at this. Everything is saying that there's an inability to move on. I mean, I think honestly I can stop. I think honestly I could stop the reading right here, but I don't want to, because I want to give you guys full details. I want you guys to have the full understanding of what it is that you're dealing with, okay? Now, if we are talking about the third house, which is about travel, or maybe even the ninth house, then you're talking about Gemini and you're talking about Sagittarius. Some of you guys might be having right hand trouble, right? Right arm, shoulder, right ear, things like that. And if it's third house, then It deals either with Jupiter, Mars, or the sun. So some of you guys might be having bone issues, heart issues, right eye issues. Some of you guys might be dealing with liver, fat, chest, stomach, ears, digestive power. So when it deals with the liver, some of you guys might be suffering from non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Others of you might be dealing with things like obesity, maybe diabetes or pre-diabetes. Um, the chest, so you might be dealing with chest pain, thoracic pain of some kind, you know. Stomach, so that, I mean, that could be digestive issues, but I think that's more of the diaphragm. So some of you guys might have trouble breathing. You know, that could also go with the chest thing as well. Ears and digestive power. So some of you guys might be having some trouble with digesting. And then, of course, if it's Mars, if it's Mars as well, then you have to deal with blood, muscles, and bile. So bile, right, the digestive process is might be something that you guys are dealing with. Now, ninth house, thighs and hips might be another thing as well. So that's Sagittarius and Libra, if I'm not mistaken. Thighs and hips. Let me see. Ninth house, thighs, hips. Sagittarius is Scorpio energy. Okay. Scorpio energy, Mars, the Sun, and Venus. So Mars and the Sun, yeah, those are probably going to be the bigger influences. So check to see where the Sun is in your chart, and check to see where Mars is in your chart. See if it's like making a an aspect to any of your planets, and that's probably why. Also check to make sure that if it's happening in the third and the ninth house. Okay. Some of you guys might be a Libra, or some of you guys might be dealing with a Libra. Still, I just think that this card coming out means that the reason why this breakup happened, a lot of it is having to do with justice. Maybe what's happening is that karma is being dealt. Now, whether that karma is towards you or whether that karma is towards this divine feminine, I think, honestly, it's a conversion of both. And what ends up happening is that when both end up feeling that karma, that means that both of them were not in alignment, or both of them were in alignment, and I don't know, maybe their perception is just skewed a little bit. But with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, I think that something was happening here because things were unbalanced, and now justice is being met. Yes, karma is being played out. Now, to who that karma is being played out to, we'll see. Oh, yeah, okay, so regardless of that, I feel like you're moving forward regardless, Divine Masculine. I feel like this... Okay, I've learned to read cards the way that I read them. And so with the Fool reverse, that means that this other person is moving on, but you have the inability to. This other person is looking at you like competition, maybe an enemy of some kind, maybe based on the way that your language has been said, you know, the sarcasm, the wit, you know, I mean, the lack of wit, but the sarcasm that's there. I feel like this right here, I feel like Divine Masculine is learning a very powerful lesson with how they speak and how they show up. Okay, let me see. I want to draw one more card. The Queen of Swords in the reverse. Yep, exactly. So, oh, this is a very, very clear message here, for sure. For some of you guys, this is a very clear message. Divine Masculine needs to chill a little bit. I mean, I'm sorry, but Divine Masculine needs to chill a little bit, because I think their energy is getting a little too egotistical. Okay. So now let's go ahead and draw some fairies oracles to see what to get more clarity on this. Okay. So the Pook. What's good? The good and the bad, and the bad and the good. So right now, Masculine, you're being asked to see the bad and the bad and the good, so that you could bring things to justice. Now, the Pook himself is one of those creatures that's neither, positive nor negative. It's just right in the middle. He's just chilling like a villain. You know what I mean? He's a shapeshifter, but it's a paradox, and it's about the resolution of this situation. So The Pook is a shapeshifter. He appears in whatever guise he thinks will be most confusing to you, depending on his purpose. Brian, the artist of this book right here, as you can see, Brian Froud, he says he weaves spells to bemuse our senses and confuse our judgment. He is a master of the arts of illusion and delusion, holding up a distorted mirror to reveal the bad in the good and the good in the bad. The Pook also wishes to show us the bad in what we think to be good, and vice versa. This may confuse us further, or it may help us to gain a more balanced understanding of how things really are. Basically, think about that Saturn type energy, where things are being made clear by showing you the bad stuff and the good stuff, so that you can actually enjoy the good stuff for what it is. He is very against rigid mindsets, and in his own way encourages the development of inquiring minds. His true face, I'm not certain that a shapeshifter even has a true face, though he still holds long enough for Brian to paint him. But what I think is happening here in terms of this energy here, how things really are, shapeshifters, and whether they have true faces or not, I feel like either you were the shapeshifter or they were the shapeshifter towards you. But see, the Pook is pointing at two different cards. It's pointing at the Six of Pentacles reversed, and then it's also pointing at Death and the Fool. So this kind of gives me the idea that there was balance towards you, but there was an imbalance towards them. And justice right now is being met. I mean, it could be in various different forms. I mean, we honestly don't know, but there's a main issue right there. So let's see. I don't know why I keep going towards that deck. Okay. Maybe there's something in that. All right, so the Pook is trying to show you the areas in which maybe you may have messed up. And it's also showing you the inability to move on and things like that. And it has to do with unconditional giving and receiving. Card number 30. So 3 might be a significant number for you guys. 6 might be a significant number for you guys as well. Now, unconditional giving and receiving really is at the crux of this reading. And that's why you feel sarcastic, because you don't feel like you got what you deserved. And I feel like right now you're feeling some type of sense of karma, feeling that your perception is that this other person messed up, when maybe it might have been you or both. You know, that's a possibility. The Bodacious Bodak in the reverse. Ooh, this is very interesting. The Bodacious Bodak is one of those creatures that tries to implement helpful fixes, okay? He's one of those ones that tries to do his best. And sometimes when he does his best, it ends up, you know, creating more issues. So the Pook, the message from the Pook, the message from the Bodacious Bodak is this. When there's meddling and tampering, there's sabotage. And how weird that it came under these cards right here. Let me see. You see this row right here? You see that? Oh, you see that sabotage right there? Well, look at that. Regardless of the fact that you may have sabotaged yourself, I feel like you're still moving on. Perhaps maybe you learned something from this. And I know you learned something from this because there's at least 3 cards here that have the energy of learning, which is a gold background. You got the Chariot. You got Justice, which she's also holding the sword, right? The sword of truth. And you got the Fool. But the Fool in the reverse, and the Journeyman in the reverse is essentially telling me that there's a certain lesson that you're not learning still. And you're being a little bit stubborn to it. As you do that, it's going to get worse and worse and worse, okay, Divine Masculine? So it's all about order when it comes to this whole thing. The Bodacious Bodak, or Old Man in Scots Gaelic, means well. He likes to fix things, and he drops down chimneys at night and tidies up for you. If you don't have a chimney, he'll find another way in. You left a stack of papers on your desk, he'll file them for you, probably in someone else's desk. No one put away the uneaten roast beef, he'll assume you don't want it and give it to the neighbor's dog. He is not the fairy who ties elf locks in your hair and makes bits of it stand out in odd directions while you sleep. That is just a cousin of his, and he has a far more important work to do. But the bodacious Bodak is a meddler. He will tell you, if you catch him, that he means well. So, the bodacious Bodak in this reading, especially in the reverse, is actually talking about every little once in a while his essential brownie nature breaks through, and he does some truly helpful things. When it does, or when he does, reward him, or whoever it is in your life who normally gets it wrong. And just this once has got it right. Gratitude and praise are in order, and maybe he'll even get it right the next time too. So, this is all about changing the attitude in which we approach things. And the way that we approach things lately, as we can see from the cards, has not been the best. Now, regardless of the way that you feel towards this person, I feel like this is actually the main... I feel like this is a secondary point. The universe is saying, hey, look, your language has been a little too rough around the edges. It's time that you tone it down a little bit. And this is going to bring your karma back into alignment. Actually, this is going to clear your karma. And this is going to allow you to move on, Divine Masculine. Okay, so before I do the affirmations, I want to go ahead and draw some cards here. And these are just regular playing cards. I use all these decks because it allows me to understand the deeper aspects and the deeper meanings of this. So let's see, 26 minutes, that's not bad. The King of Swords. Okay, so the King of Swords coming out of the hyena, you know this. You know this. You know that whatever it is that you're doing is not fulfilling whatever your desires are, okay? And so there's a necessity for you to understand how to soften that language. Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands asks for us to put something out positive so that we can receive something positive. If we put something out negative, we're going to receive something negative. At the bottom of it all, it's about stability that you're trying to build, okay? And welcome. Hello. This is a reading for Divine Masculine. So if you're interested, I'm going to go over a review real quick just to let you know what I see in the cards, and then we'll continue on. So as a review, the hyena in the reverse is talking about using harsh language. The journeyman is about being unable to move forward because whatever it is that this harsh language is causing has to do a lot with karmic balance, the balancing the imbalance and moving forward from that point. Working on it, being persistent. It could be about meeting someone new, but because the date card is in the reverse, I feel like it's the opposite for you. Oh, look at that. So you got the 10 of Wands here at the bottom falling out. That means that the 10 of Wands is all about dropping a burden that you no longer need to carry, Divine Masculine. And then you got the Joker at the bottom. So with the Joker at the bottom, I feel like what's going on in the situation is a wild card. And that's not too far-fetched because the solar eclipse that just recently happened just set everything going crazy, right? So there's a lot of people that are unable to move on. And I feel like when we look at the collective, the Divine Masculine is the one that's unable to move on. It could be that the Divine Feminine is unable to move on too, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll find out. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, see? Six of Pentacles underneath the pook. I mean, it just doesn't get any more clear than this. I'm going to go ahead and draw two more just to see. Five of Wands, right? So the Five of Wands underneath the Laume. And the Laume being about unconditional giving and receiving. Right underneath the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Yes, I feel like you know this is a divine union. But at the same time, it's almost like there's pride and ego in the way, and that needs to be cleared. And so long as you view this other person as competition, what's going to end up happening is that they're going to view you as the enemy. 10 of Cups. Look at this is at the bottom of it. So whenever this person gets things right, you go ahead and congratulate them, okay? Give them a compliment, give them a pat on the back, maybe give them something that they've been wishing for a little while. And that's going to help quite a bit. Look at Six of Cups at the bottom. It's about building on those happy memories. And yes, though there may be traumas, forgive, but don't forget. All right? All right, Divine Masculine. Now we're going to go towards the advice. We're going to go towards the advice. We're going to draw 5 advice cards for each of these rows. And so the advice on moving on and the advice on, you know, using less harsh language to be able to push yourself and excel yourself forward in on this path to somebody new or to this other person, depending, because this has a lot to do with balancing out some type of karmic energy. Oh, I got 2. Okay. So the first one is, today I am brimming with energy and overflowing with joy. And the second one is, I am courageous and I stand up for myself. Okay. So being courageous and standing up for yourself, the 8 of Wands energy, that's a message coming through from source saying you need to stand up for yourself, divine masculine. I feel like in some way, shape, or form you've been getting attacked by the divine feminine, and that's why you feel like there's an imbalance. But a lot of the times it's necessary for us to look at our own behavior. So today, be brimming with energy and overflowing with joy. That's going to help you tone down your soft language, or your harsh language, into a soft language, okay? My potential to succeed is infinite. And that came out in the reverse, though. So, 8 of Cups energy, the underneath the Fool and the Death card in the reverse, and the 3 of Wands as well. You know, this separation was necessary, okay? Now, you could say that things are predetermined, predestined, you have a critical time path, but this right here is basically showing that this whole thing was necessary to happen, because I very much feel that you learned something in it, divine masculine. Okay, so a card fell. Let me see what it is. Ooh, look at that, the 10 of Cups again. Yeah, so... Oh, wait, no, that was the 10 of Cups that fell. Okay, so then that's the, that's an emphasizer right there. Okay, so, I am at peace with all that has happened, is happening, and will happen. Okay, that's going to help in balancing out the energies. And 6 of Cups in the reverse. You see that? I am superior to negative thoughts and low actions. Yes. So whatever this event was that's connected to the breakup, that's connected to harsh language that you were giving towards this other person, they have gained a mentality that says, hey, I am superior to these negative thoughts that you are tossing at me. So it seems like they're coming from a higher perspective. And this higher perspective is allowing them to understand how best to function in the relationship, right? Because they've learned how to brim with energy and overflow with joy. So I feel like if you look at this divine counterpart that you're currently in a relationship with or currently separated from recently, then you'll start to understand that, yes, there is or there was harsh language, and there's a necessity for that to change if this is supposed to go somewhere positive. I don't sweat the small stuff. Okay, so that is exactly how you get to your 10 of Cups. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's the Queen of Hearts energy, which is the Queen of Cups. Now, if you pay attention to the hyena and then you pay attention to this last card, the advice technically is don't sweat the small stuff and soften your language. I think that's what I'm going to put as a title. Divine Feminine or Divine Masculine reading. Don't sweat the small stuff. Soften your language. And be courageous and stand up for yourself, okay? And with that being said, I think that brings the reading to a close. For those of you who want personal readings, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, share it, do all that stuff. If you share it, let me know in the comments below. If somebody subscribes because of you, you get a free reading, all right? So with that being said, take care. Divine Feminine reading is going to be coming in soon. And I'll see you guys later. Take care. I love you guys.